deceive me or hide me. This is my story. I have to make peace with it. Once upon a time, there was a girl who was being torn apart. And between the homes, she learned not to trust. To always have her guard up.
To live in the body of a survivor is to never be able to leave the scene of a crime. I cannot ignore the fact that I live here. Every night my voice breaks. The man I couldn't say anything. Do you want to know what happened? Oh, you don't want to know. If your body could speak, would she forgive you? I'm afraid to wear my recovery too publicly. I've noticed that people only stopped calling me victim and started calling me survivor when I stopped talking about it. How am I to forgive myself for doing nothing in the mouth of trauma? Is silence not an act of violence too? While you shrug your shoulders and make our trauma into your victory lap, the reason you fist how could I expect this body to be perfect for anything but the punchline? We joked about suicide so often, it became difficult to tell the difference between a punchline and a promise. If you develop an eating disorder when you are already thin to begin with, you go to the hospital. If you develop an eating disorder when you are not thin to begin with, you are a success story. I say I am sick, they say no, you're an inspiration. How could I not fall in love with my illness? With becoming the kind of silhouette people are supposed to fall in love with. Why would I ever want to stop being hungry when anorexia was the most interesting thing about me? I worry this is too heavy a burden to talk about. I worry I'm putting too much responsibility on you, the listener. But when I talk about my trauma, I'm not asking you to carry it or relieve me from it. I'm just asking for it not to be too heavy for a conversation this experience takes up so much space inside of me. Recovery is hard work. Not wanting to die is hard work. Every time you asked if I was full, I heard you say fat, but I'm trying so hard not to do it. Wanting to die is not the same as wanting to come home. And I'm still trying to remember that. This stage is the only place I can tell my story where it wasn't a burden I was putting onto anyone. This stage is where I learned to stop hoarding my suffering, and I can give a fuck about a slam score. This is me healing. This is me reclaiming ownership over my body. This is the only place I have control over the narrative, and he cannot interrupt me. Even when survival feels like a performance, it is still an art form. Every time I thought my life was ending, turns out it was just opening. I'm gonna take over the world in spite of everything that has been done to me and my body.
This my past, my history, my story is not my fault. It's not because of me. It doesn't have to be what defines my future.
That's Darby.